All right, y'all, second take. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. 93 days until New Year's. You got 3 months and a day. October, November, December, right? I think November has 30 days. October and December have 31 days. So that's 3 months and a day. If you start right now, you are hitting a head start. All right, you got the ultimate cheat code right now. If you start your New Year, whatever your New Year's resolution is going to be, if you start that right now, you don't have to do what everybody does and almost everybody fails for this specific reason. All right, people treat it like a light switch, turning it on and off. Right, I got another light over there, so it negated what I was trying to do and say, but they go from eating whatever they want into eating almost nothing at all. Or they go from eating whatever type of food they want, the dirtiest foods you can think of, doesn't matter, don't count calories, don't do nothing, to count calories and eating cleaner. It doesn't work like that, all right? Most of those people fail because they're biting off more than they can chew. They're eating a whole sandwich when it comes to their goals instead of biting the sandwich bit by piece and they choke. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, it's just like when they go in the gym, instead of taking it step by step and rep by rep, like I try to tell people do, instead of going step by step, they jumping down whole flights of stairs. What do you think happens there? Think about it. Take a second. All of the stuff that you're trying to do, the things that are worth doing, takes what? Time, effort, knowing how, bumping your head a few times, getting it wrong before you get it right. Right? None of us are perfect. Myself included, lost 100 and something pounds. You think that happened overnight? You think that happened because I knew everything? You think that happened? No, it didn't. I had to learn. I had to take my steps. I had to make mistakes. And then I had to stay, like Rocky said, what he say, ain't about how hard you can hit. It's about how you can get hit and then get back up and keep fighting. That's how winning is done, right? Something like that he said, right? Same thing with whatever your goal is. And 99.9% of the time, most people's New Year's resolution is weight loss. But they wait to lose weight. They on some hurry up and wait. And then they get to really hurrying and scurrying and worrying. And it doesn't work. And before January is even over, 90% of those people then gave up. And if they lost 5, 10, 15 pounds, they end up gaining 30, 40 pounds on a rebound. So they end up heavier than they were in the first place because they didn't take their pace. They thought it was a race instead of a marathon. I'm trying to tell you, bro, sis, whoever listening, learning, watching, like the video and subscribe. Listen, I got a whole playlist, my New Year's playlist. It teaches you everything I personally know about weight loss and whatever. And me, right now, this is the opposite of what I'm actually doing. My plans, I got different goals. And all of those goals have priorities, right? For instance, powerlifting goals, bench, squat, deadlift, bodybuilding goals, biceps, triceps, building muscle, right? My powerlifting goals way outweigh my bodybuilding goals, but that's still a goal. Weight loss goals, being shredded, that's a goal, but right now I'm not even worried about weight loss. So me speaking about weight loss is kind of crazy. But that's coming, so that's still a goal, but it's lower on the totem pole of my goals, right? All my goals. Some, if I try to attack all my goals at once, is gonna keep me from the other one. Mass moves mass, calories are energy. So for me to lift as much weight as I possibly can, right now I'm in a caloric surplus, but I'm giving myself a limit, right? Let me explain something. I was 162 at my lowest in the summer, shredded, single digit body fat percentage. I probably walked around about 164 to 166 throughout most of the summer. Then I decided, you know what, I'm gonna gain a little bit of weight. but I'm not gonna get fat. So I'm gonna still track my calories. I'm not gonna just do the bulk that other people do, just eat whatever they want to eat, drink gallons of chocolate milk and large pizzas and all that. No, I'm gonna give myself freedom on some dirty food, but I'm gonna keep it relatively clean, and I'm gonna count my calories, and I'm gonna check my weight. Right, so where am I sitting at right now? I'm sitting there, I just made a video, and in the gym I weighed myself, and I was 184 point something in the gym. I'm giving myself a body weight limit of 185. So you at your limit? No, that's when I'm in the gym. When I got on shoes, socks, shorts, drawers, t-shirt, do-rag, headphones, and holding my phone in my hand while recording how much I weigh. All those things might not weigh that much one by one, but you put them to, and on top of that have eaten food already and had hydration. So you add all those almost 10 things, it's gonna be a couple pounds. So on morning weight, I haven't even been weighing myself in the morning. I'm giving myself a break from counting every calorie and weighing myself every day. A lot of people think, oh, I don't want to live my life like that. My style is not living your life like that every day. There's times for this and there's times for that. And there's times to take a break from this and that. I just give myself a limit. That way I'm not getting fat. That way when I want to get shredded again, it's easy because I'm striking distance. So I'm probably like 175, 6, 7, something like that. If I wake up and hit the scale. But that's my point. I can wait because I've done this. I know exactly what, if I wanted to be shredded on New Year's Day, I know exactly what day and what time, how much to count and how much calories I need, because I've been doing this for over a decade successfully. Not just been doing it and trying it and failing over, not this, I'm just saying, I'm just explaining. I've been doing this for a long time. I know this like the back of my hand. I'm trying to help people get success for free. I ain't selling nothing. I don't have cookbooks to sell. I don't got diet plans to sell, nothing. I just got information on the videos that I keep recommending. And I keep giving the advice to not wait. Don't wait. Everybody know my number one advice in the gym. I don't really like saying it because people be getting offended and stuff. So I'll be like, man, the number one advice in the gym is to shut up and work, right? Now, the number one advice when it comes to weight loss is stop waiting to lose weight. Baby steps. Stop rushing your weight loss, but stop waiting also. But a lot of people right now are probably looking at me like, what about the holidays? See, me, it's easy for me because I don't celebrate holidays. If you look up some stuff, you probably wouldn't celebrate holidays either. It's the devil. But, and I ain't even trying to sugarcoat that. Hold on. Not even trying to sugarcoat that. That was my alarm to tell me to do something. I have to read it. I got alarms telling me this, and I got everything planned out, even though I be still failing. But hey, like I say, like Rocky said, it ain't about how much you fail, about how much you get up, right? So, the holidays. Oh, what about the holidays? Da da da. Okay, Thanksgiving. That's in November. Christmas Eve is a month away. New Year's is a couple days after that, maybe not even a week. But still, like, and Halloween is definitely the devil. But I'm just saying that's a month apart. I'm just saying, like, if you have your cheat days, I don't even want to recommend, I just said it. Stop celebrating them holidays, all right? I can't tell nobody what to do, but I know some people gonna do it anyways. But my advice is, okay, when I do weight loss, I have cheat days. Even when I'm at my most shreddedest, even when I'm done dieting, I got my abs and I got everything, I don't got barely an ounce of body fat on my body, I still have cheat days. So if I did celebrate holidays, if I didn't think they was evil, which I know, because I looked it up and I know what to believe. And most people, I ain't trying to diss, all right? I'm just saying the way that people sound when they say that, when I say this to people. They don't even do their research. And that's another reason why everybody fail at weight loss. Nobody does their research. Everybody does the opposite of what I'm trying to say. Everybody does everything except that main thing. This is the main thing right here. Everybody I want to do this, that, and that. I don't want to do that because I'll do that. You're not going to lose weight. You're not in a caloric deficit. You're not going to lose weight. And even the people who know you need to be in a caloric deficit, they don't know how much of a caloric deficit. They rush their caloric deficit. I tell people all the time, it's little bit at the... Let me give you the best advice ever when it comes to caloric deficit. You ain't never heard nobody say nothing better than this. If you heard me say it, you heard it before. Maybe you heard somebody similar to me say it. And hey, salute to them because they knew what they was doing. Everybody knows that not everybody know now because I told you. You need to be in a caloric deficit to lose weight. Stop thinking it's everything else. It's my hormones and it's my genetics and it might be some of that a little bit, but the main thing is the calories, all right? I don't eat that much. If you don't count your calories, you don't know how much you're eating. You're guessing. Stop guessing how much calories you eat. Because I've seen so many people eat 3,000 calories in my face and tell me they don't barely eat nothing. While they're telling me they don't eat that much. And they're eating candy bars and chips and drinking sodas and in my face while they're, oh my gosh, you just had 2,000 calories in the last 2 minutes. Man, we off that, right? Because not everybody going to be. The biggest piece of advice, that's not it. The biggest piece of advice is, you need to be in a caloric deficit. A lot of people try to cut their calories in half or go, they find out how many calories they think they need to be, whether that's how many calories you need to be eating or not. But if your calories are way up here and the calories that you need to be eating is way down here and you just jump straight down, your body's missing out on all the other calories. So at the end of the day, yes, that's going to make you rapidly lose weight. But you're going to be hungry. You're gonna have to fight it. Your willpower, this and that, and the third. Your willpower is like a rubber band. No matter how strong your willpower is, it's gonna snap and break, and it's gonna go the other way. And the further you pull it back, the further it's gonna go that way, right? Let's say this is weight gain and this is weight loss. You're cutting. You're losing weight. You're doing great. But bam! You started at this weight. Now you're at this weight. The biggest piece of advice is, don't cut your calories too fast. Find out how much you're eating now. All right? Yes, you haven't been counting calories. So at the end of the day, it's going to be very hard to do. Just because it's hard to do don't mean that ain't the way you need to go. Some things are just supposed to be hard. All right? So we're creatures. I can help you, though. I can give you my best advice. This ain't going to put you spot on. This is going to put you in the ballpark of where you've been eating. We are creatures of habit. Think about it. When you go to work and you go to the meeting before y'all start work, most jobs have that, right? Or you have had that before. Most jobs have that, right? Think about the seat that you sit in. Roughly, unless somebody took your seat, you probably sit somewhere close to the same seat mostly every day. Sometimes you might change it up for a reason. Same thing with food. Same thing with parking lots. When you go to somewhere every day, think of somewhere you go every day. Think about it. Think about where you park, roughly. Same thing with calories. You're not really calculating that. That's just a habit. Same thing with calories. Even though you might be eating different foods, most of us have favorites, and we have favorite amounts that we eat. So take yourself through a regular day. Find out roughly what you've been eating and how much of it you've been eating. Now look up how many calories. You add that up. You're not going to be spot on. Try your best. Find out how many calories that is. The average American is eating way over 2,000 calories. They're guessing they're eating 2,000 calories. The average American probably eat 2.5 to 3 times that much. Most people eat 1,000 and something calories every meal. And if they eat 3 meals, let's say they eat 1.2 calories, 1.2 thousand calories every meal. 1,200 calories, right? One of them might be way bigger, one of them might be way less. Let's say on average, that's 3,600 calories. Well, you said 5,000 though. How you come up with that number? That's from their meals. Most people who don't count calories, they're also not, even people that count calories, they're not counting their drinks, they're not counting their sauces, they're not counting their snacks. Everything counts. Like I said before, you don't have to count every single thing, but once you understand how things go, you can kind of guesstimate, but I would recommend counting for a long time before you start guessing. Like, I be guessing my calories a lot of times. I've been counting calories for decades though. I'm not a beginner. All right? So, it's going to take time to actually learn how to do this stuff. So, if you start your New Year's resolution 93 days before everybody else, you got a head start. They're going to be coming to you for advice. So, what you do, girl? What you do, bro? Think about it. Take a second. Matter of fact, so gradually cut your calories, all right? So when you find out how many calories you've been eating, knock down maybe 200 or 300. Check the scale every day. Don't expect to lose pounds every day. And yes, when you got a lot of weight to lose, the weight will come off faster than when you don't got a lot of weight to lose. I don't got a lot of weight to lose. I used to be I'm gonna use myself for example because I don't want to offend nobody. I used to be 275. Right now I'm 175. I'm 100 pounds less. If I had the old me and the new me right here, and let's say I wanted to get shredded. Let's say I wanted to just lose 10 pounds. The new me is getting shredded off them 10 pounds lost. The old me gonna go just from 275 to 265. It's just simple math. He's not going to be nowhere near shredded. He's still going to be obese. He's still going to be fat, right? No disrespect to my old self, right? I'm talking about me, all right? So, but those 10 pounds, he can sneeze 5 times and lose 10 pounds. The new me, I know exactly. I know I got way more knowledge now. This is years ago. But still, no matter how much knowledge I got, I still cannot lose 10 pounds as fast as the old me can. Because he has a lot more to lose. And a lot of that weight is going to be water weight initially. Right? Even if he doesn't have as much knowledge as I do. This is decades later. I know my stuff. And why is it decades later? He lost 100 pounds decades later. Because I wasn't trying to lose weight back then. I liked it. I thought I was good. I looked in the mirror one day. I was one of them dudes that a lot of guys do. You know, they hit the gym and they get the bulking. They get the dirty bulking. They think that all the pounds that they gain gonna turn into muscle. That was me. I was just like everybody else. That's why I was saying I don't be tooting my own horn when I'm trying to tell somebody that they don't know what they're talking about. I'm just saying, neither did I. That's not disrespect. That comes from learning. That comes from hands-on experience. I said in my other video, your best teacher is going to be you. Somebody like me who's trying to give you advice or influence you or just give you a little push. It's like when you take a test, what SATs or something like, I don't know. When those books back in the days, I don't know who are watching know what I'm talking about, but you got the answers in the back of the book. That's basically what my channel is. So comment, like, subscribe, and share. Stop waiting. Watch my New Year's playlist and watch my top 10 misconceptions about weight loss. Take notes and also feel free to ask me for advice. That's why I'm here. Peace. Do it.